Howdy, Red Desert Boy here. What am I here to talk to you today about? Well, I'm here today to talk to you about pocket carry. Now, it's new for me. It's not something I've been doing for a long time. Maybe some of you have for a while. And sometimes you can even carry your reload pretty close there too. Now, this particular one happens to be a Smith & Wesson 351 PD. Single action, double action, and I happen to be carrying it in a holster that many people use. This one happens to be a DeSantis Nemesis pocket holster. Works very well. I do have a couple of other holsters. We might talk about that today or maybe another time, but I found this to work pretty well. I know some of you might be wondering, is that loaded? No, it is not loaded today. It's just showing that it's not. But also in my watch pocket, sometimes what fits nicely is a speed strip. Now this is 22 Magnum, so it has 7 rounds. And then I carry 10 rounds there. I actually carry 2 speed strips. So that's 27 rounds. So let's talk about this today and maybe about pocket carry. So what other ones could I show you something about? Well, this one here is an LCR. It's in 357 Magnum. Sometimes these are a little, if they're, they're sometimes a little grippy, but depending on where it's at, it shouldn't hang up. I'm actually using, in this case, a Remora friction holster. Some people use this more as a friction holster, but what you have to remember, it has no connection, so you gotta make sure that it stays pretty tight in there. But that's another example. And of course, the LCR is a 5-shot, right? And it's a double action only, which a lot of people like for pocket carry because there's no hammer. They might have concerns about the hammer snagging. So, what about semi-autos? Can you pocket carry semi-autos? Of course you can. Here's an example right here. This is a Walther PPK S. Has no nothing in the no magazine in it, nothing in it, but yes you can. It happens to be a decock or safety on it. So yes you can. Oddly, the holster for that one almost looks like it should go this way, but in reality, it works this way. This is actually an Azula pocket holster. So there's a few different situations, different weapons. You got a 357 Magnum, a 380, and a 22 Magnum. Yes, you can all pocket carry them. Of course, it depends on the garment, your pants, the pocket deepness, how they fit you, if it prints, there's a lot of other things that go into it. But yes, there are ways to pocket carry. Now let's talk about what might make a better pocket carry, at least from my perspective. Remember, I'm just sharing my opinions and thoughts as a enthusiast, firearms enthusiast, and so forth. And I'm fairly new to this, but let me talk about why these three might work for me. Howdy, Red Desert Boy here. So let's talk a little more about why we might carry these different guns in a pocket carrier, why we would have different ones for that. So without a doubt, I use this one the most. I run down to the hardware store, I'm going somewhere, and I just want to make sure I have some protection. Maybe even in the morning when I get up, I just put it in my pocket. Very lightweight holster, very lightweight gun, 11.3 ounces, right? We already checked it unloaded, but we'll do it again. 7 rounds, right? Nice sight picture with that red fiber optic. So I showed you it has 10 round speed strips for reloading, and it's double action, single action. What's the drawback to it? Very stiff double action trigger pull, but very handy. Just to put in your pocket and you're ready to go, and the grips work very well. And it has minimal recoil because, after all, it is a rimfire. But Magnum gives it, 22 Magnum gives it a little more punch than, say, a 22 LR. So what about the LCR? Why would I have it? Well, it's nice. It's double action only, so there's no hammer here to catch on anything. It's got a nice trigger. We checked it unloaded, but we'll open it up again. It's 5 rounds, but you can carry 357 Magnum if you wanted to. Now, I carry probably 38 plus P or 38 in here, probably between 110 and 135 grains for any of the bullets. So it's bigger than, say, the 45 grains self-defense load of a 22 Magnum, right? Sights are, very basic, but it's got a great grip on it, and it's only about 17.3 ounces unloaded, right? So that gives you the more power, right? So when you get to this one, why would you even have this one? Kind of a funky looking holster, but I can tell you it does work, and the gun does come out of it, and it protects it in there. We've already checked this one, but there's no magazine in there. We'll check it again, unload it. There's nothing in there. This is of course a DASA also, so it's a double action, single action. So it's more like the 22 Magnum, but does have a safety, so you have to remember, to fire it. You take safety off. So holds 7 rounds, so you get the 380. It's kind of in between. It does 2 more rounds than the 357 Magnum LCR. It's got 7 rounds, just like the 351 PD center fire versus rim fire, which some people might say is a more reliable round. Plus, it has a magazine, right? And magazines mean faster reloading, right? The sights, though, it is accurate. The sights work pretty well for me. But it does have some recoil to it. It's heavier, This one's probably somewhere in the neighborhood, I remember, of, I think, 22 to 23 ounces. Because it is an all-metal gun. So that's, that would be maybe why I would have this one, right? I've carried this only a couple of times. The Ruger I haven't carried yet in a pocket carry. And this one I carry quite frequently. Why? This one's lightweight, 7 rounds, better sights maybe than most, and it's very handy. Even the holster is very light, right? This one, more power, better grip, very nice trigger, This one here, decent sights, faster reload, but much heavier, and it's a DAS8 with a safety, so you have to remember to operate the safety. So just different reasons, different things you could use maybe in a pocket carry scenario. And as I said, I've only carried this one a couple of times as a pocket carry. This one I have yet to carry as a pocket carry. This one here I have carried many times as a pocket carry. And since it's a J-frame, any J-frame could fit in here. A 442, a 642, a 637. My 637 would fit in here. I don't usually carry it because it's got a more extended grip on it, and this grip is a little better for pocket carry. But anyway, just some things to think about. You got to decide what works for you. You want to make sure you're in compliance with all your local, state, and federal firearms laws for carrying weapons, concealed, and make sure you got your permits and all your training and all that. It's different. So for me, it's been different. It's not something I did in the past. Many of you have done it for a long time. Personally, I feel like it's best to have a holster. I don't believe in having anything else in the way in the pocket. That should only be this in the pocket. That's it. For me, and I believe that's, for me, is the best thing, and I believe that's probably the best thing in general. But you need to make your own decisions and do your own research and think about what works for you, if it's even, something you want to do. So, as Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now. Desert Boy here. Hey, I'm here today to talk to you about what? I'm here to talk to you about pocket carry, okay? Now, what about that? That's new for me, actually. So what might be another pocket carry? Well, I could show you that too. But look at that. It came out with the holster. That's not working the way it should. No. So howdy, Desert Boy here. What am I here to talk to you about today? I'm here to talk to you about pocket carry, right? What about semi-autos? Can you pocket carry semi-autos? Of course you can. This is a Walther PPKS in 380. There's no magazine in here. And the gun is empty. But